Hi, this is Todd Baker, your certified mortgage planner. And when you go to buy a home, part of the loan process is there has to be an appraiser because as a lender, we have to establish what fair market value would be. So the starting point is always the contract, but then the appraiser has to take the contract and go out and inspect the property to make sure with the property you're buying at least meets the amount of the contract price. If it comes in lower than the loan to value, and that includes the down payment, it's going to be based on the lower of the contract price or the appraisal. And that sometimes can kill a deal because that means either you have to out of pocket pay the difference or the seller has to lower what they're taking as a purchase price down to meet the appraised value. If it comes in higher, then that just means your agent did a great job and got you a great deal on the property. So how it works is, first off, the lender has to order the appraisal. You can order your own if you want, but it's really a waste of money because we can't use those. There's appraisal independence under the regulatory structure for home loans that we have to order them. So once it's ordered, the appraiser is going to go out, they're going to inspect the property, they're going to measure the property, they're looking for the condition of the property. They're also going to look for structural issues such as foundation or roof. They also will look for health and safety issues as well. But then once they're done with the inspection, they're going to drop a report and they're going to inspect similar homes that have sold recently and compare them. Normally they go back 90 days and with 1 mile. That's in a subdivision or in the city. Out in the country, they can go back 6 months or a year, and they can go way out, 10-mile, 20-mile range. Just depends on the situation for each house in that particular local market. But at the end of the day, they draw up a report. Now, it's known as an opinion of value, but the fact is it's mostly driven by data and procedure. They have to follow what's called the Uniform Standard of Professional Appraisal Practice. And it sets forth the guidelines on how to treat comps, how to make adjustments. And what that means is, from a real estate point of view and from a buyer point of view, you'll tend to look at, hey, what's the price per square foot of the home? Meaning you take the price of the house, you divide it by the number of square foot, that's your price per square foot. But that doesn't actually work because that assumes to establish value, because that assumes every house is exactly the same. So the appraiser then makes adjustments. So if the house you're buying is in better condition, it has more improvements, it has maybe a pool or maybe a media room or granite countertops and other ones don't, you might get more value, or vice versa. If it's in poor condition, it's going to be compared to other properties with poorer condition, and adjustments are made to establish value. So that's how that works. And it's important to understand that it could affect your deal. You're going to have to pay for the appraisal up front. It's a deposit. You do get credit back towards your closing costs because it is listed as one of the closing costs. And usually the best time an appraisal is done, like when I like to order them right away, but once the home inspection. When you're buying a house, you're also going to do your own home inspection. That's different. And that's really a topic for another video, but a home inspection is when you're paying an inspector to go way deeper. Like the appraiser doesn't check the water pressure. They don't check the electrical lines. They just make sure everything's working and to see if it passes a visual inspection. Your home inspector goes deep, does a very thorough review, and you're paying that. You don't get any credit for that in terms of closing costs, but you pay that on your own to make sure the house doesn't have any issues. Once you're past the inspection and have negotiated any repairs or concessions with the seller, then it's safe to order the appraisal report, and that's what we do. So I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions, as always, please feel comfortable reaching out to me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.